Hey, hey,
Hey.
we finally meet.
Yes, we finally meet.
I
Wow.
feel like I'm watching one of your daily logs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, welcome to the lesson log.
Cool, man. I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah, me too. Thanks so much for offering to give me a lesson on this.
Yeah, man. I've been enjoying watching your practice logs and keeping up with sore hands, and I'm excited for you that you're doing you're heading into auditions. I know it's stressful. I've been watching your progress with the sore piece, and I just I really love that piece. Maybe we could talk about it, and if I could offer anything that might help. Obviously, part of it's taste, but it's some historical things, and I thought maybe if it helps you, it'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I have some like immediate questions. Like I of course want you to just tell me what to do and like what you want to hear and stuff. But like I
Okay.
thought that maybe the first thing you'd ask me is like what version I'm looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't really have like a clear answer for that because first version I started learning, it was something that my teacher Christopher Berg gave me,
Okay.
which I don't know the version. And I was just wondering like what version do you use and like maybe
I
why.
play from the facsimile. I always play from facsimiles whenever I can, so I'm playing from this one.
Oh, I think that's the one that I use.
Great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of the 19th century publications. It's the one that I like the most. It has the variations in the right order.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of slur indications, so I think we have to do more slurs than is written in this version. But the notes all seem right, and it's clear. It's easy to read.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if so, we're playing off the same score more or less, or yours is like a compilation. You were saying.
Yeah, no, mine is the same score. I think I might change a few notes from my memory of the last one that I was reading. But it's
Okay.
only very slight. I'm sure you'll notice it
Cool.
if I do it.
But that's the first. Yeah, you're right. That's the first thing. So
Yeah.
we're looking at the same thing. So that
Okay,
helps a
cool.
lot. I mean, I've heard you play this, but I haven't like sat down and like thought about what to say. So I thought we'd just play it now and like maybe we can, rather than playing the whole thing, let's just take it movement by movement. So let's play the overture, the introduction, and then just talk about that and then move on to each thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
All right,
yeah.
cool.
Want to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you mind if I'm sorry to do this to you.
Nice.
It's gonna
I
be,
have I have a heater right here because it's freezing right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm right next to my windows, so it's so cold.
Same. I'm in the Midwest, and we're having I played a solo recital last night,
Yeah.
and it was like 6 degrees outside, and
Oh my God.
yeah, my whole worry was cold hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to ask you about that, but I want to play this first just to
Yeah, we can talk about that too.
so you know I'm not stalling.
No, I
But,
totally get it.
Okay.
But just like one thing to say, like also is like it kind of hits on that. Plus the idea of like a lesson is like I always think if you think about here is a series of just in the overture, there's like 300 notes or something. If you count all like the individual notes in a chord. There's like 150, 300 notes here that we have to execute perfectly. And if you think about it as a series of tasks that you have to perfectly execute, then it's incredibly overwhelming.
Yeah.
But that completely misses the point for me. If you just think about the character of the piece and you just let the story be told, and like you go, I'm moving to the tension, and I'm back to the resolution. Here's tension. It becomes all about the music and then the technique and even like accuracy. They become way, way down the line of importance. So I always say like, pour your heart out and tell a good story, and then like the technique doesn't matter. No one cares. No one's
Yeah.
interested in the shape of your nail or what strings you're using. They just want to hear moving music. So just go for that in a performance, in a lesson, anything. And it always, I don't know, it helps me think about that. It kind of like, I kind of go, oh,
Yeah.
when I think like that. So
Okay. I'll try to think like that then.
cool. I'm assuming are we at, yeah, okay, we're at
Yes.
440. Good.
Sounds about right.
All right.
All right.
I just tuned up from 415, so I'll have to do some tuning, but
Oh,
let's hear it and let's start. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so it's expressive. I think like 90% of it I like. There are some wrong rhythms and some wrong notes.
Okay, great.
Um, so first
Yeah,
thing,
I'd like
working
to.
backward, the
Yeah.
ending. Oh, I'm very out of tune now. Hold on. Okay, so
Wow.
the very ending.
I feel like such a chump using my phone. Which
It's okay.
I gotta say, every time I felt myself get nervous, it was when I was just thinking about accuracy. So
Yeah.
yeah, it really is like I completely agree with that. That's something I need to get better at. But
One phrase that's in my head always that gets me out of that mode really quick is when I'm playing, I just think about like um, if I was teaching a piece, and then you were saying, and you were just showing for the first time, and play like this, and this is so lovely. Listen to how beautiful this is, and it goes here, and then it goes there, and imagine yourself narrating musically what's happening. You
yeah,
shift your mind purely to, I'm just trying to go there, and then this is more, and this is less, and then the technique is it just happens.
yeah,
When you're
yeah,
speaking passionately, you don't think about your vowels and your how your tongue is moving, because you couldn't, because it would mess you up, right? It's the same thing happening there. But
yeah.
okay, so let's get to the fixes. So the first thing is D
Oh,
sharp, B,
and we're doing a.
with a D sharp.
Oh, and now is
Yeah, I
that?
feel that's what's
Oh,
in the score.
oh yeah, it is. I guess I just I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just have like a blindness when I learn something, and then so I'm even using the score, and I really haven't noticed that. Wow.
B, B, and then
Yeah. All right.
I would do the rests. Rest, and
Okay.
let it have a little bit of a retard,
Yeah.
dying away. So that's the overture, and now the piece starts, right? So okay, that's the first thing, and then we have some wrong rhythms in the harmonic section. So do this for me. Just play the melody
Of the harmonic.
from.
Oh. Okay. So okay. Oop.
Yeah, you played. You played. You got sucked into the triplets. I know I commented about this before.
Yeah.
Earlier, you were doing the same thing with like, and I think you were doing, but it's definitely supposed to be in between.
Yeah.
Dum,
Which that
da
was
da
something else
dee.
I wanted to bring to you too, which I'm looking at it from this one guy's thesis that I'm just reading, and
Uh-huh.
he draws. I forget what the sources are. I'll send it to you with the
I'd be really
passages.
interested.
But it's like maybe the case that those dotted rhythms were like used to express like triplets, like for the first two beats. But
Oh.
there's something like that. Like I can't like perfectly quote it. I
I'd be interested to read it, but I mean, I would say maybe one thing to say that's really important is we need to stop thinking of this as a guitar piece and think orchestrally.
yeah,
And I think what we clearly have going on here is we have this very simple pedal in the orchestra and the accompaniment, and we have something like an oboe or something. Bum, da-dum, dee, bum, dee, dee, beam. Ba-dum. And the whole idea for me is bum 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 ba bum bum
yeah,
bum ba bum, and I think it's so clearly notated. So I would have to, it'd have to be pretty convincing for me to think that. But
yeah.
also because he could have very easily written the notes together.
Yeah, I was confused by it too, and I think the conclusion that was at least written there was that it's kind of up to the performer if they want to actually do the dots or not. But like,
Interesting.
yeah, so I don't know. Like I
I would
started off
argue
doing it without, but I've been trying to add it in. Like as
for me,
you heard,
for
but
two reasons. I don't think that that's what is supposed to happen here from the notation, from the scores I've seen. And two, I don't think it sounds very good to play. I think it's the whole thing is the juxtaposition between the triplets and the weaving top note, the separation of the voices. I would advise you for your audition to play. I think that's what, especially for an audition, it might, especially because you need to like unpack some sources and some what ifs. I don't think that's necessarily the time to throw people off with that. Yeah,
especially if I'm doing it in the first half as well.
Well, then you change.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not consistent.
So I'm not even so I didn't know. Like I literally, I'm yeah.
It happens to everyone. It happens to me all the time. But I would say, if I were you, the safe thing to do for at least for auditions, you make a recording, you do whatever you think is you like. But for the audition, I would play every time as written, which is for me clearly notated. Bum ba bum. I would do it, and then for the entire overture because it's every time it's written. So those are the two things that I would consider. For me, I think are mistakes. So now we fixed those. We can get into the weeds of musical things. So I think that the thing that's missing for me is, again, if we think about this orchestral overture, currently it would be impossible for me to conduct with what you played. Every measure kind of has a different tempo, and within the measure you have a different tempo. And we have this idea of rubato and freedom, but I don't think this is the style or the time for it. This is the early classical period, and we're not dealing with like Chopin, Targa, later stuff. This is much more in time, and I think we can have freedom within a measure, but the general talk to I should be able to play 1, 2. I could feel this big 2 or 4 1. So rum brum ba-dum buddy. So one little bit of homework for you is, in your head, sing it and try to conduct the whole thing. And it doesn't mean you have to be metronomic, it just means it has to make sense proportionally. And currently I would have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I wouldn't, and for me that's unsettling, especially for an overture. I would wonder if, could you try to play it again, and this time just think a bit more about a general big beat that's in time, and try to be expressive within that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now keep the same tempo here. This is slower. So you were a little fat. You were doing bum, beep, bum. So it's ya dum ba ba dum bum be dum ba be dum bum ba. Okay. So here's a tip for you. When you start the piece, don't think bum, bump. Think whatever your tempo is for this. So I before I start, I think ba dum bum bum, and then I think dee do do ram dum dum dee dum do ram dum dum dee dum do ba ba ram. So think it already in where you want to end up. Okay. So there's coherency.
Yeah. Okay.
So you start right there.
All right. So.
Grow. More sound. Okay, and then I wonder if there's a way, because this is so expressive. Be nice to have more clarity. I think not, but
a gliss up.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be lyrical.
Yeah.
And I think you could place it a little bit. I don't think we have to do tick, 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 tick. I think it could be place the ending. And then we leave it hanging. Do you know who Oscar Ghiglia is?
No.
He's an Italian guitarist who studied with Segovia, and he was somebody who gave a lot of master classes at my school. He gave me the best image in this section. He was like, so like imagine you're at war, and you're looking like you were given this message, and you said you have to go behind enemy lines and deliver this message to save everyone, and you're going and finding it. It's getting more and more intense, and you're finally almost there, and right here you're almost past the line, and you jump, and you don't know if he made it or not, and then it kind of leaves you on that cliff's edge, and then sadly he didn't make it or something like that. So I would really build the expectation more, because when you were playing the section, I had a little bit of the feeling that we had the kind of the same sounds. But I think let it build, dun, 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 and then
yeah.
Sad there. So can we start one more time here? Build more, place the high C, and then carry on. That was nice. The only thing I think you need more, the upper voice isn't very clear.
Okay.
I would probably rest stroke on the long notes. Rest.
How are you
rest.
fingering the that dotted or the 16th note there? Or so right now I'm using A for the melody and then AM.
Yeah, I think that's what I did.
Okay.
A-I-M. A-M. Yeah, and then at the end.
It's really
the same thing, A-M, but with a rest stroke at the very end, I would think.
so you're
A-M, M, or A, yeah. Yeah, because we want that separation of the voices.
yeah, okay.
And then when you do this part as well, I would say rest stroke on the top. And obviously not when you play a chord, but I need to hear
Yeah.
with an appoggiatura, right? So I mean not appoggiatura, but it feels like an appoggiatura. And same thing in the bass. So we have the tenths. Sorry, what is it? The da, yeah. Play that once, what I just did.
Oh.
Strong, weak. Yeah. Strong, weak. And then the rest is very, very light filler.
Yeah. Now
A sigh. And then now we have more sound. Carry on. Wait, we have missing notes. Where's the resolution? Da-da. The appoggiatura is ba-dum, ba-da,
oh yeah.
ba-da. I hear ba-da,
Okay.
da-da when you play.
Alright. There's the
I need to hear the F sharp. Da-da-dee.
Let's see if I can balance this. Wait.
Yes.
Oh, is there
Technically, it's written as a slur, but I would restrike it because it's very, very hard on a mono guitar, especially.
Okay.
Maybe on a 19th century guitar like mine, I can get it, but I don't think you could. There we are. So this is an appoggiatura, right? The chord is a D7 chord with an A in the bass, and he purposely has the wrong note, and then wrong, right. So we need to hear the resolution, otherwise it doesn't make sense. So I would, if I were you, one thing that maybe you haven't done in a while because you can play the piece well is just separate the voices and just play one voice at a time, because we need to hear polyphony.
Yeah, well, or even just play the voices. I was
play
omitting those entirely. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, so let me get that first. Yeah,
But,
there's
you know,
that's amazing that there's so much I missed. I guess
it happens.
I learned it from some score, and then I just put my visors up at this new one. But yeah, all right.
But this is I'm so glad we're doing this, because this is like the things
Yeah,
that
I am too.
I think, for example, like at an audition, like the judges would have been wondering, or whatever, the people listening would have been wondering, oh, why did you miss that note? So I think what you're looking for an audition is you want to show that you understand the score. Mm-hmm. You want to show that, of course, you've done your work technically, that you can play, but that you have a musical vision and you have clarity when you play. You've made decisions and you understand the score. So little things like that is where somebody listening might go, oh, because they don't know what happened. So I think catching them now is great.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I do this type of stuff all the time too. So
Yeah, no, I have a lot of work to do on so far this first page. Wow.
It's surprising how much stuff there is here. Actually, I mean, there's so much to talk about. So we won't spend. I think we caught all the things in the overture. So I would say your big homework with this overture, and actually the whole piece, but let's move on to the next thing, is going to be to conduct and find some proportion that's conductable. That if you were playing this, listen to an orchestra in your head and play each voice separately, and you'll discover all the things I just pointed out, because when you play them separately, you couldn't miss it. But when you're working on all of the things, we can miss little details.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid, even at this stage when you can fully perform the piece well, that don't be afraid to like actually go through and do each voice, because I learn something every single time. And sing it. I always sing each voice. And then I try to make them sound that good when I put them together, which they never do. But I try.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the themes. So one more time, just to nail that.
So might have been a little fast, but
And
or,
then?
or,
Yeah. Okay, mostly good. There's just one spot where you rush every time. I think your homework is going to be you need to work on this music with a metronome on big beats. So
Yeah.
dum dee dee dum dee bum dee. If you put your metronome very slow at the biggest beat you can manage, and then play it again, because you'll hear it yourself when you are ahead of the metronome.
Are you talking about metronome on like just the first beat or something?
In this case, you could do either dum da dum dee dum
1 and
beep
3.
bum 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 beep ba dum. So whatever that is, like a 70 or something,
Yeah.
75, 80. Good. Yeah, play the whole variation. Actually, this feels a little.
Yeah, it's
Maybe this is a little fast. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm rushing
ideally, I
along.
would perform it faster than that. I mean, my
Yeah.
ideal. I mean, obviously, it's taste, but
No, I'm noticing fingering differences there. I'm doing this like. But you
oh
did,
wow, I don't know what it. Oh, this. Yeah. So I'm
you're
playing
doing
G sharp here, B, and then I'm pulling off to the E.
wait, G sharp and then
G sharp with 3, ninth fret, 3, and then first fret on the B, and then you pull off to the E.
Oh, that's way better.
And then, yeah,
Yeah.
just be careful here. So just actually, I think the opposite of what you're doing musically, I think it actually works very well to do bum, ba-da, what is it? Yeah, bum, ba-dum, ba-do-dee-do-dee-do, rum, ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da-dee. And you're kind of going whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like suddenly speeds up, and it's a bit disconcerting listening to it. I would actually
Yeah.
take time, maybe like every other time. Shum ba-dum ba-dum da-dum dee. Feel the gravity, and then simple after.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
Yeah, that'll take a minute to get. You'll get it.
And you let it.
Feel the gravity, and then simple after. Just finish. Ba-da-dee. No retard or anything like that.
Okay.
So if we have yum ba-dum da-dee-da, yum ba-dum ba-dum da-dee-dee-dum-dum, just wrap it
Okay.
up. Big. Wrap it up. Coo, coo, coo. And
Yeah.
so I think this one we need a little bit more direction. So if we think ya-da-dum, da-da-dee, ya-da-dum, dum, da-dum, da, ya-da-dum, bum, da-dee, yum, ba-dum, ba-da-dee, da-da-da.
Yeah. So kind of slow.
So it has more character. Otherwise, we get a little bit, and this is not interesting.
Yeah.
You weren't. I'm exaggerating way too much, but it's a little bit more in that direction than I would like it to be. Bum, da, dee, dee, dum, ba, ya, da, dee.
All right. Wow. Which I didn't swell through
Something
as
in
much
that
as that.
direction.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. It's a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I know it. You're handling it well, but this is more like, obviously, I'm just kind of planting seeds, and you can
Yeah,
like, if you like the ideas, you don't have to like them. But if you like them, then I would definitely do something. You don't have to like exactly how I'm doing it, but right now it's a little bit too dun to chun 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 chun, and we need, especially with 4 G sharps,
Yeah.
that can't be. Especially here with the appoggiatura again, because he could have gone bum ba bum 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 bum. There's bum ba dum bum bum da ya dum dum. It's kind of a wink or something, you know. It's very charming.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you the biggest question. You have to watch the opera. Have you seen Die Zauberflöte, the Magic Flute?
No, I haven't.
Cameron. So that's
Yeah.
you have to do that if you're going to play this piece, because you have to know where the themes come from and also the style of very often. So when they sing this phrase, they all go la 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 la, like they sing it very like they're all kind of like walking around like la 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 da dee da da da. It's very comical and funny,
Yeah.
and like a childlike. So that will tell you more. Just watching that will tell you more than I ever could, because you'll just be immersed in the sound and the orchestra and the singers, and then your job is to imitate that. That's what this is, right? Soar saw that, and then wrote this. So you have to go to the source, the ultimate source. So definitely do that. You'll enjoy it, I think. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Check. All right. You ready?
I'm ready. This is the hardest one, I know.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, but you made it. You played it better than I can right now. It's the hardest variation. I think two things. The first thing I definitely wouldn't do is I wouldn't go.
Okay.
It's too abrupt. It's too short. If you imagine you saying it, it's not da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then just lift your finger at the end. But if you lift the finger, the left hand, without stopping the string, the note's still there.
Yeah.
What we don't want, don't do this.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't stop the sound, because the A string is going to have that natural overtone.
So you want that?
You want to hear da 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 dee dee, and not da
Okay.
da 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 da.
Yeah. Okay.
And same there. Basically, I would say hold the note as long as you can, so it's not so short.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're saying to like look for that natural like overtone to sort of like connect things.
Whenever possible. And basically, I would say instead of go
Yeah.
like hold it a bit longer. Let me see if I can do it. I can't play this variation well. But not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's also finishing with less.
Yeah.
It's not ba-da-da-da-da-dee.
I think I had it in my mind to just like cut things off because I kind of aggressively, or I mean, I think like I cut the basses off like as I should.
Okay.
Maybe I just had it in my mind to like cut things off quickly. But yeah, no,
Sure.
totally.
And then obviously do it in time still, but
Yeah,
once you've worked on it a bit more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because also the A comes it's da-da-da-da-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee,
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee. So one thing that I hear when I listen to this music, I hear charm. It's like child just kind of playing for la 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 la.
Yeah, it's very silly.
It's silly.
Yeah.
And so your job is to make it is to bring out that charm and like make it sound graceful and easy. I know it's not, but try to make it sound graceful and easy, and a little bit like eye winking, a little bit of that. Always with kind of like a half smile, because it is that.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to add too many things. We need to make it sound easy and kind of like fun.
Yeah.
You're handling this variation well. That's the only thing that really bothered me. The other thing I would say is you could take a little bit off the tempo. I know we always feel like we have to. This is like the show off variation, but
Yeah.
I would think more like maybe because hold on here. If we think about the first part. it carries on, right? It's just the same thing with a little yada yada. But I think at the same tempo. Not, I mean, before when I played it when I was in my undergrad, I remember I played, and then I got to this one. I'm like, okay, now time to shred. And then I just like went. You didn't do that, but I like was like did Eddie Van Halen at that point. But I think actually musically,
I've been tempted to do that. Like I actually played it quite slow. And also cleaner than normal. But
that was super clean actually. I was impressed. But I don't know if it has to go that fast, which makes it easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Yeah. I have to work on that for sure.
And then I would say that that's you're doing it now, and now you hear it, so you'll always do it right now because now you can hear it. Other thing is I would avoid any rubato in this movement.
Okay.
When you do things
I think it's
like,
a defense mechanism for me on the scales.
I think musically, what do we have here? We have maybe there. Again, that's the kind of the same. Shun shadun la fa la 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 la.
Yeah.
Not bo pe bom bom bom.
Okay.
Which is not really classical. That's more of like a later idea. This is easy. It's easy. It's like it's pretty silly music, like you said. So keep it in time. I think you need some more time with the metronome.
Definitely. Yeah.
On the quarters. Okay, let's get to the more serious music. Now the music gets much more interesting with the minor variation.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
This is actually my favorite part.
I'll try not to butcher it then.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's several things that I like and several things that I would change, including some wrong notes.
Oh, okay.
So it's not. It's G D B. There we are.
What's the next one?
A minor with an appoggiatura. Yeah, so
Okay.
okay, and then we need to make sure we understand appoggiaturas. I noticed that throughout the piece. Often you accent the resolution of an appoggiatura, but an appoggiatura is always strong, weak, and sometimes you go weak, strong.
Oh, really?
Like here you do but it's da ya da ya.
Okay.
Strong.
Yeah.
And then you can lengthen the appoggiatura da ya, with a nice glissando. There we are. That's vocal. That sounds like a sigh.
Yeah.
Oh, you accented the landing.
Yeah. Wait.
And you can
bass
build to it more. It sounds a little
Yeah.
bit. Sometimes you get stuck in like the same plucking sound, but shum bum bum prada.
Yeah. Like,
Nice.
I'd have to. I know what you're talking about. It's hard. Maybe I don't know the music well enough to, like, employ this stuff automatically.
You'll work on it later.
Yes, yeah. I know what you're talking about though, and definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just double checking. Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not on my screen, so I can't.
Oh yeah, I'm just using OBS for you.
Oh, okay.
For that
I just wanted to
screen,
double check.
Yeah.
Okay, so really for me, the whole piece would go 20% better if you found all the appoggiaturas in the whole piece, of which there are many, and
Yeah.
you always had that beautiful sigh, because sometimes you accent the landing.
Yeah.
So for example, that's what this whole variation is, a bunch of sequences, right? We have
Yeah.
pushing to appoggiatura. I'm sorry. And then we go. And another one. Always.
Yeah, and I didn't do that 16th note. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so yeah, the way you played it was very nice.
Oh, thanks. Same thing again, but a little higher. Just more intense. And now third time's the charm. It's the same music, but getting a higher. And here's the peak. Those are the wrong notes.
Yeah. Let's see. I just used my ear. Sorry, I'm not reading the music.
Yeah. My recommendation would be pluck, slur, pluck, slur.
Okay. Then into. Okay,
Yeah.
so I need to look at that. And then there's also that 1/16th note I've been leaving out. There it is, yeah.
And very, very weak last note, because it's the resolution of.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this next one is kind of the same idea. E is the wrong note. It should be a B. It should be a B major chord. Should be shum ta yum, but it's shum jum.
So that's.
And another appoggiatura.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's really just about catching the right rhythms and making sure the appoggiaturas are right. Also knowing that we're playing a sequence 3 times, and so it has to be less, more, most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Shall we move on?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Man, so many wrong notes. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm glad we're catching them.
Yeah.
And this is when I heard you play through your piece, I heard these wrong notes and wrong rhythms, and I thought, I wonder if you know. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to say,
Yeah.
let's fix these before your auditions. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. You were immediately like, we gotta fix that. I'll give you a lesson. Yeah. All right.
Carry on.
Okay.
stop there. We have some wrong notes.
Oh, man. Oh. Okay. Let me just mark that.
In the score, actually, he didn't carry the double sharp over the bar line, but it's very obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at that. So that's. Or so
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oop. Oh, yeah. I guess that tripped me out.
There it is.
Never was playing that. Okay, I see. All right, so that.
Okay, good. So we found that. And then the other thing is, I'm not sure the right approach if you were a singer or a violin. I can't think of an instrument that would play. I think.
Yeah.
Repeated notes need direction. We can't play da 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 da, and especially not 4 short notes in a row.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So let's do the first 4 notes. Boom. Go to the big beats.
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call.
Okay.
Let me make sure that didn't disturb anything.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, so
aim for the middle, and then aim for the downbeat of the next thing.
Okay, so. Oh man.
You'll work on that. And then not da 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 dee dee, but
Okay.
yeah, we need a lot more slurs, I think, to avoid tut 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 tut. Exactly, and then just slide up, and then slurs. I think people often misunderstand slurs. So we hear the fact that like we play 2 notes and the second note softer, and we work so hard on getting them to sound even. The whole point of a slur is one's loud and one's soft. So you get yadam, and my name's Brandon. It's not Brandon, and so Strong Week is my name. And when we play, you should have text level nuance. And not this for me is just a total exaggeration of what you're doing. But if you pluck everything and don't have a direction, you kind of fall towards that way. So always think in the big 2. So I would think 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
I need to look at that ending too.
Yeah.
It looks like your fingerings are easier than mine. I have like some really awkward places there. Yeah.
When you have too many notes in a row, plucked, you risk dot 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 dot. And this time slurs are great. And it's easier, actually. It's better musically and it's easier.
Good.
Oh, that seems way too difficult.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just play that E major chord up here like that, just for me. Okay, now bar 4 strings. You are okay. Now move your index finger down 1 fret and play strings 4, 4 to 1, and then slide up 1. That. And just the 3-note chord, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then pluck, slur, pluck, 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 slur. Yeah.
And then the next, whatever the notes.
Exactly. Because if I plucked all the notes, It's just ta 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 ta. But now it has a text.
I imagine
good.
it's probably easier to just do that too.
Way easier. This is for me the time of slurs. You slur all the time because it's like you would not. This isn't, you know, we have this idea like classical guitarists. I thought this like type of like, you know, flamenco scale thing is what we have to do when we play scales. But when I see a bunch of runs here, I don't think flamenco. I think slurs, and it's much more elegant. Like one violin bow.
Yeah.
Chicka 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 chicka.
Well, yeah, I think maybe it's just the like athleticism of being able to do it with IM.
Maybe that's
it's like cheating if you're using like legato or something.
But it's the same. He writes slurs, but everyone plays because it sounds more intense. But I think it's the wrong style. It's the wrong sound actually. And musically, do we want or do we want?
Oh yeah, no. Well, I guess I sometimes maybe for some people it's like what's the hardest thing versus the best thing, and the hardest thing is like a good like first option, I guess. But
I was there. I definitely did it.
That's totally like electric guitar culture too. Like being able to alternate pick versus like legato, like shredding.
But I think from my journey, I can only speak for myself. My journey was going from like the noodly show off way of playing that was searching for what's impressive to hearing musically what does the piece want, and then doing the technique that gives you that. And actually here it's easier and musically better. So I think we all have to kind of get past that thing. At least for me, I hope I'm past that. But I think
it's a big wake up call for a lot of these fingerings, because I came up with a lot of these fingerings like 2 years ago when I was I think a much worse guitarist.
Okay.
So
well, it's good to reassess.
Yeah.
I think we should move on.
Yes.
Because we can get to the end.
Oh God. All right. This one.
Yeah,
that's my hardest variation for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very, very challenging. Technically, you have all the technique you need. Again, I think the technique is impressive. Musically, I don't hear the piece. I can't imagine an orchestra doing that because for two reasons. I couldn't conduct it, and very often at the end of each variation there was an unnecessary pause.
Yeah.
And for me, again, imagine just in your head, play the song. What are we doing? We're playing variations on an easy kid's melody. It's Papageno. It's the bird guy. He's singing on his flute. It says, "Das klinget so herrlich, danke dun 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 dun," and it's comical and it's silly. The silliness is still there. Silly child songs don't go. That's not full of rubato. It's still das klinget so herrlich. So it's and then it's just simple that way.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So and then the end. And less. And build, but still in time.
Yeah, nice. That was really nice. Are you no nails right now?
I have nails.
Okay, you have nails.
Back to nails right now.
Welcome back.
Makes it. But do you see? It sounds normal. It sounds easy.
Yeah, yeah,
Always with a little smile on your face because it's always a
yeah.
little witty. And the way you did it sounds more serious, and there's too much going on. And I think in the end, it's actually harder.
Oh, definitely. Well, yeah, I don't know what it is going through my mind when I'm playing that, but it's so like insurmountable, it seems, when I try it. But yeah, oh man, yeah.
Try this once. We need a metronome. Try this
Yeah.
once. Totally in time.
So, or maybe even slower.
So if you did that, the sped up, we'd already have something better. And remember, the most important thing is uh, and this
Yeah.
is just, it makes it better when it's light.
Yeah.
If everything is it's
So
too heavy. But what's
Should
actually
be
happening
like a
here?
snare drum, like kind of.
I don't think so. I think we have and then someone down here goes I think it's more like, or maybe if like a tambourine, but I don't think makes sense to me. So
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
I'm listening for the melody. And it's easier, and musically I like it. I like
Yeah.
it more.
Yeah, definitely. I like it more too.
So, okay, give that a try. And
will,
the same
for
thing
sure.
applies to the next part. So
Yeah.
now we can do,
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god.
nice. Yeah, good. Okay, you're really good at this section. I just think I would go faster if you can, and I would play. We need shape.
Okay,
Currently, it's a
yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Again, we still have. What do we have? We have.
Yeah.
Uh, so let's see. Then less, and then. I'm not really warmed up, it's not very clean. But musically, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Follow the pitch contour. Celebrating at the top. Less. So I think you're just missing direction, and then it would be great. Maybe a little faster would be nice.
Yeah. Faster, more direction. Okay.
Less important is the speed. If you can get the direction, it's always the most important thing. If you have one thing that I would say besides like getting those changes that we did about rhythm and notes, it's you need to be more in time, more a tactus that makes a bit more sense, coherency, and then never play one measure that doesn't have direction. You're always going somewhere or coming from somewhere. Dot is not an option for me.
Yeah.
So, and I think you need to challenge yourself a little bit more to find direction. So you can know the direction from the pitch contour, you can know the direction from heading towards the dominant, heading to the tonic. So heading to the dominant is more, heading to the tonic is less. Search for more, and I think more can be found there.
Yeah.
But it'll get more exciting when you do it that way. It sounds less like a technical thing and more like fun music. When I played this for Oscar Gillia, he said, and now the children come running out, celebrating the war's over, and they're playing and dancing and silly, and they go ha 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 ha, and they're dancing, and this is like the children playing. It's fun, and this part, it's like they're kind of like doing this little groove thing, and it's like kind of just playing.
Now, you're mentioning, is that, because I don't know what the magic flute is about, but I do know that Sor wasn't he in the French Revolution, or was he fighting for...
I can't remember.
Okay. I know because he
think
went
he's
to
involved
Paris
with
after. He was like on the French side, starting Spanish.
I've heard things about that, but I don't remember much.
Or you're just mentioning the war analogy. I wonder if is that coming
I
from
think
something, or
Oscar just used that as like a narrative for the piece.
Okay, I see.
But I didn't think there's nothing about like this piece is about the war that Sor experienced. No, it's not about that. It's just a made up narrative to give structure to the piece, but to give an affect to each variation. So that's always about affect and emotion, and not about technical stuff, because no one is interested in technical stuff. Your technique should be transparent. No one's interested in what fingers you're using. They just want to hear and if it's nice, then you did it. Let's do the last one.
Yes. Yeah. A bad run through, but
it's okay. Again, I'm more interested in musical things, but so the first thing I don't think so. Just legato, and with direction again, because remember 4 notes in a row, never the same. No, that sounded kind of the same.
Oh.
Yeah, going here.
Okay.
When you shorten them that way, ha ha ha, they end up sounding the same. Just legato.
So,
I wonder, Cameron, is this motion necessary?
Probably not.
Don't move your hand. Move your fingers. Less, more, most.
Okay.
Yeah. You can control the string with when you prepare in advance. You decide how loud it is based on how much you displace it, right?
Yeah.
So don't displace more and most, but never.
Okay.
For me, that's not an option.
Okay.
And going here. Keep going at this speed. I'd be curious to hear.
Okay.
Careful, the bass note's in E.
Yeah. I think going. Yeah.
Right here. And then carry on. It's nice to hear at this speed. I hear a lot more clarity in the voices at this speed. Sometimes your upper notes get lost when you play. Everything is in this variation, closing the piece. Everything is accompaniment. That's not the top line, and so we just need to hear.
Okay, yeah.
And again, 4 notes of the B. So we go there with an appoggiatura. So he does that a lot in this piece. And then, careful. I noticed when you play dotted notes, sometimes you play like da da da, but it's da 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 dee da.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to you need to wait longer and make that little note smaller. Da 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 dee.
Should I play staccato for the?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Careful, not da da da, but da 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 da.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. I have an easier fingering for you.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. But you need to pluck every 3. Pluck, pluck, pluck to hear the triplets.
Okay. So.
Pluck.
So that's on the.
Now I hear the meter. Before I couldn't tell. It was just kind of scales.
Definitely.
And actually, I think it's easy because you're in one position the whole time.
Well, it is easy. It makes more sense. Too. Yeah.
There is the challenge of this.
Yeah.
I think that's a little hard, but
Well, at least it's between the triplets. Yeah.
yeah,
I'd have to work on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me play a little bit of this variation. I can't. At the
yeah.
beginning, I need to work on. Sorry. So I guess I do shorten a little bit there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd have to work on this piece to actually get it back up to performance level, but what I want is to hear, let's see, what's a good spot to show? And all
Yeah.
soft and probably
So I
rest
really-
stroke on the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to really work on that. That part is so like not intuitive to me. With
I
all
know,
the, like,
yeah.
open strings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Like bring out that as well.
It's the only thing that's important. Everything else is just color in the background. And then yada-dee-da. Now this is the celebratory ending, right? And then nice, fun, chromatic moment.
Yeah.
Yada-dee.
I need the music. But yeah, so the melody. needs
Just bring
to
out the melody.
come out. Yeah.
And then
And everything
careful in
else
this
just kind
spot. What's that?
And everything like is just sort of underneath it, just sort of.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then this. I did the same thing before. The first time I played it, I always. But it.
Yeah.
Just a little decoration.
Okay,
I don't think it's that important.
Or, hold on. So.
Third line, or fourth line of the last page. Yeah, a little decoration. Back to a melody, and now it's over in the
And then
far
that's
side of the stage. Yeah, da da dee.
bringing that up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
and then from there, everything takes a turn when we get to, which makes it sound like an E7 chord, right?
Yeah.
And then now like the trumpets are, for me that's always, Soren knew that's trumpets. And if you read his method, he talks about how to imitate instruments, and for me that's very implied. The Soren thing would be to orchestrate, make that type of sound. And then now it's a run to the end. So sometimes I even think about getting a little faster. The curtain's closing, everyone's bowing, the audience is already going crazy, and then
Yeah.
it's like this is the end of an opera. It's got to sound operatic. That's why
Yeah.
you need to watch the opera, because if you don't have that vividly in your head, I think we're missing something that would really help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
well, definitely. I mean, yeah, I'm clearly missing something with this, but I think that I'm definitely closer to getting that something.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you play it well, and you clearly worked really hard on this piece. It's just if we fix those little details and you watch the opera and you find some more direction, I think you'll be much happier, and especially when it comes to your auditions,
Yeah.
I think the people would be much more impressed. How long do you have actually before your auditions?
February 8th is the first one.
Okay, so not too long, but give a couple weeks.
I'll cram it. I think I can work a lot of this stuff in, especially the wrong notes. I mean, that's the first thing, and then bring out the melody with all that stuff. And I'll have to review the footage of this a lot. So, hey, well, this was the lesson log. Well, so I premeditated this. I said that Brandon could plug some stuff that he does. So take it away.
Thanks, Cameron.
Yeah, I'm really throwing you a vote here, man.
No, I appreciate it. Just wanted to say that obviously I have my own YouTube channel. I'm a fan of Sore Hands. I watch all the time. But if you're not subscribed, please do. Also, I have an online music school called arpeggiato.com. And I have 12 teachers there who can teach you in different styles. They can speak different languages in different time zones around the world. We do master classes and workshops for our students. And lastly, I have guitar courses called Classical Guitar Pro at classicalguitar-pro.com. I have a beginner classical guitar course, intermediate, and even a course for playing without nails, like Sore. I have to say it on Sore Hands. And so you can check those out if you're looking for some more educational resources. But thanks for having me on your channel, man.
Oh yeah, of course. All right, well, I suppose we can wrap it up here. So,
Okay.
I'll see you in the next one.
Take care.
And that's it. All right, man. I really appreciate
dude.
this. This has been super helpful.
You're very welcome. Nice to formally meet you.
Of course, you too. Yeah, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Happy to do it, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. See ya.